about how you felt when you started in terms of your anxiety compared to now.
Well, when I started, my anxiety was definitely in a completely different space. I was definitely very anxious and worried about a lot of different things. I would just be, random things that wouldn't even have much effect on me would worry me or make me anxious about what could happen or something. And now, after finishing it, I'm very much more calm, and I don't really have many worries about anything. Obviously, I can have worries about something that is warranted, but nowhere near as much as it used to be before I started the TMS. Now, if something that used to bother me or used to worry me would really I'd be able to handle it a lot better now than I was before.
So do you feel like the mental noise, the kind of repetitive thoughts have calmed down?
Definitely, yeah. That was one thing I've always dealt with is obsession. And what I would always have repeating thoughts in my head. I would have to repeat things to myself just to, kind of not get a hold of things, but to feel like I had an understanding of something, and I have to keep repeating it to myself. And I don't really have that anymore. And same with thoughts, it's like I used to obsess about different things, like maybe if there's something I wanted or if there's something that was bothering me, I would just keep thinking about it over and over again. And I haven't really had that since I started doing TMS.
Nice. But you're still you in every way. You just don't have that constant intrusive thinking.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel more myself than I have been in a long time.
You're more kind of engaged in life and less feeling like you're shut down.
Yeah, definitely. Because it used to be when, at least before I did TMS, when I would feel sometimes like I would feel like, what's the point in getting up this morning? It's just going to be the same thing over and over again. But now I look forward to, greeting the day and getting up and doing whatever. I mean, obviously there's not too much to do right now with everything going on, but I still, even so, feel ready to wake up and greet the day. You're doing TMS, it just felt, it felt completely different. It felt like I had a reason to get up and do my thing, each day.
Nice. That's great. And so you're feeling any other results that you noticed, anything related to cravings or food or wanting to exercise or anything like that?
I did notice that. So one thing that I would say is definitely, I take medication, so I've definitely had my problem with cravings of stuff, and I definitely noticed that has gone down, Also, my appetite has decreased a little bit, in a good way, because I used to eat a lot, but it used to be every day when I wake up, I would say like, man, I really want, a hamburger, or I really want some donuts or something like that. Now, I go through most days, I don't really have that anymore. In fact, this past month and a half, I think, while the TMS was going on, I made the decision to stop drinking soda. And
nice.
And since then, I've mainly just been drinking water and milk, and that's definitely made me feel a lot better, and I'm not eating nearly as much, bad food that I was. So I don't feel having that craving anymore. And then I also have noticed that I just feel better overall. I feel more positive. I feel more incentive, to talk to my friends. Even though I'm not really hanging out with friends right now, I'll still talk to them like through text or through a chat, and we'll like share things with each other. I play video games, so I've been playing online with my friends more and talking and everything. So I'm still getting some social interaction with them. Whereas before TMS, I just would want to keep to myself and not really talk to anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's important. That sounds great. You sound like you really got a nice effect, and we can see it in your numbers, which is wonderful. Let me think what else. Oh, do you feel more resilient? Like when things come at you or you have a setback or a challenge, do you feel like you can handle it better?
Definitely, yeah. So it used to be when something would come at me, it would like demobilize me or demotivate me. I would just like kind of, not really shut down, but it would just kind of, I would just kind of lose motivation to do whatever I had to do next. But now I don't really feel that at all. It's like if something comes at me, if some type of problem or some type of setback, I'll just say like, this sucks, but it's only temporary. You know, we can move on. I definitely have had my fair share, you know, like everyone has, of like setbacks or you know, things that come in the way. But used to be, whenever that would happen, I would just kind of shut down, you know, and I'd kind of lose either lose focus or lose motivation, or just kind of become, you know, negative and say like, oh, well, what's the point, you know. But now it's just, whenever something like that happens, I'll go like, you know what, it's just, this is only temporary, you know. And it happened, you know, if it's something that, you know, is common, that happens to everyone, I'll say like, you know, it's just something I have to work past, you know. And now I'm able to, you know, move past that.
Nice.
And just keep on going. So
that's a wonderful result that should really help you going forward.
Yeah.
I'm super glad to hear that. So there's more resilience.
Definitely more resilience, yeah. And I definitely feel like I definitely feel not just more resilience, but just more readiness to take on anything that comes at me. So
then you feel more confident.
I definitely feel more confident, yeah.
Okay, and what are you going to do to help maintain your result?
Well, one thing I've been starting to do is, because my mom and I used to come here to these meetings or to our appointments at the same time, and it was really nice getting time with her and everything. So one thing we're doing is we're starting to take walks like every morning. And we have a little dog that we take on walks with us. So his name's Emmett. But we want to walk more with him, you know, and then also just try to get out of the house more, you know, because we have errands to run every now and then. So just trying to, you know, keep more active, but also try to stay more social with my friends, you know, try to talk to people more and not really shut myself in like I used to.
Good.
Yeah.
That sounds great. And how was your experience with the staff?
I love everyone here. I have I've made a lot of friends over the 2 times that I've done this. One guy that I really liked, whose name was Sebastian. He did all my treatments the second time around, all but one, because he had to do something that day. But every time I had my treatment, you know, in the treatment rooms, so you guys have like TVs up on the thing, so you can watch like YouTube or something when you're doing your treatment. And I would always look up like video game videos or something, because he's a huge gamer, so we would always talk about the new video game coming out or watch just different videos. And I definitely made a friend with him, so like we're keeping in contact after doing TMS. So yeah, like I friended him on my Nintendo account, so
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, good. Well, and Evan, we've loved having you.
Oh, thank you.
We really have. Anything else you might want to share that you think might be helpful to people who are depressed or anxious or both and are considering TMS?
I would definitely say, you know, I mean, I know everyone says this, and it doesn't really mean, well, not really that it doesn't mean much, but it can be hard to take when you're depressed or anxious. Is, you know, you're not the only one who's going through it. I mean, believe me, I know I'm just a stranger that you're seeing on a video, but everyone, you know, whenever you're feeling depressed or anxious, just know that you're not the only one. Someone has felt it before, and when you're in that state, you know, it feels like, you know, you take things differently. You're in a different state of mind. But, you know, before I started doing TMS the first time, I wasn't really sure how it would work. I would think like, you know, I'm not sure if this is going to work, you know, because I've been on medicine most of my life, but after doing TMS, I can't recommend a more, you know, satisfying and a more, a more successful treatment for depression and in turn anxiety too. Because like I said, you know, my fingernails have grown out since I started doing this, and I'm nowhere near as anxious as I used to be. And I just think, you know, if anyone's having any reservations about doing TMS or having anything that is kind of holding them back, I would say, you know, just give it a chance, because I'm definitely glad I did, because I feel like I have, you know, and that I haven't in a long time. So, you know, just know that if you're feeling down, you're not alone. And especially when you come here, all the staff is so friendly and so ready to meet you and make you feel welcomed, you know. So it's definitely been a great environment for me, and just a great process overall.